Okay, yeah, so welcome back to Justin versus Justin. Justin sends a text. If you've ever wondered what it looks like for me to send a text, there you go.
And Eureka, I believe we're on the YouTube now.
We're live.
Welcome to Justin vs. Justin.
Welcome, we're starting the show in German accents today.
Welcome to the show, yeah. We had so many difficulties.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know why, German accent just reminds me of that movie Atomic Blonde. Did you see that one?
Of course.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
Let me pop out the chat. I have to get everything set back up again. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for dealing with another technical difficulty. Maybe one day we'll have a show that everything will go right. Probably not.
And I assume that show will be about Star Wars.
Most likely.
Don't worry, we'll get to that too. So.
I think the one day that we have a show that goes without a hitch would be the show that's the most boring, worst show ever. And we're like, I have nothing to talk about today.
We've had that show. We had the show that went without a hitch, and there was no audio. I swear.
Yeah.
So one of our early shows that we did was a Batman compendium, and it started out and it went all the way through like all the different Batman stuff, and
we were really good with that one. We researched it. We were chatting it up. We were
so good.
We were doing good. We were doing really good that show, and then...
I mean, we started talking about, like, the 1960s Batman all the way up through, like, Michael Keaton, Batman Returns, and, I mean, we're on frickin' fire. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, yeah, and then Bane, you know, and it's like, oh, Marty, you know.
Yeah, we had fun facts and everything, and then, I uploaded it, and I said, hey, fuckface.
I remember that was
we got no sound.
Where you told me that they were originally considering Robin Williams for the Joker.
Yeah, for the 1989 one.
Yeah. Well, since we're just starting out, why don't we just start out the show?
Let's start it out.
Let's do our intro.
Welcome to Justin versus Justin.
I'm with an I, he's with an
E. Go fuck yourself.
That's our new theme song. What do you think?
Yeah. All right. Well, if you haven't joined us before, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the show. Join the conversation, and here we go.
Ayo.
Ayo.
Hey.
So, if you're new to the show, we're starting off Week in Geek. That's how we usually start things off. We talk about what we did, what we liked, what we saw.
And if you're new to the show, put some clothes on.
Unless you're a sexy lady.
Wait a minute. What does that ticker say? You're watching on YouTube. The ticker's saying some funny things here. Apparently, one of my testicles is lower than the other one.
Oh wait.
Well,
I thought that's what you went to the doctor this week, and I thought that's
joke's on you because I don't know how to change it. I'm like, but as we were talking about
this Justin, one of Justin's testicles hangs lower than the other.
This Justin only has one testicle.
That's Justin, but it's really big.
Really, really big.
All right, well, in true fashion, Justin, if you want to go ahead and start us off with your Week in Geek, let us know what you did.
Week in Geek, for anyone who's just joining us, is what we like to do when we talk about and spotlight something that we did or watched or maybe read that would be particularly geeky. You know, maybe you read a book, maybe you read a comic, maybe you went someplace that was pretty cool, something along those lines. Since we just had our show on Thursday, we haven't had a full proper week.
It really threw me off last week, doing it on Thursday.
I didn't mind Thursday. Thursday's fine.
I didn't mind it, but I prefer Tuesdays.
Yeah, no,
Tuesdays has a special place in my heart.
Tuesday afternoon.
We've been doing Tuesdays for almost a year now. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, it seems like it, right?
Time flies when you're having
cold, and it's getting cold again, and it's just a fun kind of thing.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. A year ago, almost, we got a couple more months, but a year ago, I just sent you a text that, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we did a show?
Too many moving objects. Yep. Yes, Hocus Pocus is definitely a great one. Labyrinth is a great one too. We'll have to bring in Cujo. Jeez, I'm just catching up on all of our texts that we have there. But what I'm saying for Week of Geek, Week in Geek, as we call it. Only thing I really did that was of any note is I saw The House with the Clock in the Walls, which was really cool, and I highly recommend that one if you haven't seen it yet. Surprisingly, a lot more scary than I gave it credit for. And Jack Black is great in the film. I think Leprechaun. That's funny. I also think
I'm a leprechaun.
Where are you gonna go, Ireland? I also watched the show Barry on HBO. It's a story about a hitman, and it's got Bill Hader in it from Saturday Night Live.
Nice.
So it's interesting because I like him a lot as an actor and all that, and it's kind of interesting. It's like Dexter, only funnier. So I kind of I dig it. I think it's good. It's got some decent people in it. It's not.
It's got the Fonz. Hey.
Yeah. It's oh man, he's just always in it.
He's actually a great character in that show.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of it and it was fantastic.
I like they have this crazy police detective who has like this really unkempt mustache.
Yeah.
That's I like that guy a lot. He's freaking sick, you know. But it's he wants to take an acting class, so that's the whole crux of this, where it's like he doesn't want to really be a hitman anymore. He wants to kind of go into acting now, and Stephen Root is on it too, and you know him from Office Space and all that. So it's pretty cool.
Except he plays a bad guy in this.
Yeah, he's kind of a bad guy.
Kinda, someone took a stapler.
He wants to go to the dodgeball. He wants to go do that.
Yeah, no, it was a good show. I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's pretty much all I've been doing with my Week in Geek. I do read comics all the time, so that's nothing new. But I mean, there's nothing really that I would want to throw out there to the listening public and be like, hey, you need to check this out. It was more like, I'm like, yeah, I'm just finishing up something I was reading, nothing particularly great.
Yeah.
So, just short week, but a good week.
Yeah, nice. My week, we talked about John Candy last week, so I decided to watch some John Candy this week. I watched The Great Outdoors.
Ooh.
Fantastic film.
The old 96er?
Oh, I love that movie.
Oh, man. There's nothing left there but some gristle and fat.
The twins.
Oh, my God.
They had the Shining music and everything, yeah.
That's one of my favorite Dan Aykroyd roles.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Or as Howard Stern calls him, Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
The Bassomatic. Then I started watching Forever with Maya Rudolph and Fred Armisen.
And you stopped watching it immediately, I mean.
No, I watched. I got about, I would say, 4 episodes in. It's not a horrible show, but it's odd.
Maya Rudolph, great comedic actress, not a great actress otherwise. Like, she's got good comedic timing and such, but I don't see her as, like, you could put her in something serious and I'd take her serious.
Yeah,
what do you think?
She's a mixed bag. Like, there's some things I like her and there's some things I don't. I like Bridesmaids. That's about it.
You like Bridesmaids? I hate Bridesmaids.
I don't know why everybody hates that movie. I love that movie.
Not everybody, just me.
Then I watched Father Figures, which I had my free HBO weekend. It wasn't that great.
Yeah, I honestly could not make it through the first couple of minutes of that, when it's like Owen Wilson's like, hey, I'm so excited, it's her father, we're going to find out who he is.
I run a barbecue company, wow.
Oh, wow. See, it's me on the bottle of his barbecue sauce. I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
I'm like, oh, and it's, who's the other guy, Matt something?
No, the other guy is Ed Helms.
Ed Helms, yeah.
Holmes, whatever.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. And the sad thing is, they have like every major older actor in this movie.
Yeah, that Glenn Close is a handsome woman.
But I mean, you got like Christopher Walken.
I mean, I'm one to talk, but she's got a 5'6" head.
And every guy they meet, they're always like, your mom was in bed. She did that thing with her tongue.
wasn't Coach in that? No, he wasn't. Yeah. Oh no, Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw was in it.
Your dad is
and Bing Rames and that's not fair.
Didn't they get both of those guys, and they were doing a show with William Shatner and also the Fonz, and they were going around, and it was
Bing Rames wasn't in that one, but I know the show you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But let's see. And then the other thing I did is I watched Tropic Thunder.
Oh God, Tropic Thunder's so good.
Classic, but a goodie.
You make me happy.
I'm just gonna drink my booty sweat.
He's like, bam! Look at it right there. Yeah, that was. I mean, as far as like comedies go, that's a near perfect comedy.
It really is. I'm a dude pretending to be another dude pretending to be another dude.
What is this? What is this? One of Justin's testicles hangs lower than
this
the other.
is fantastic, right here.
You're watching on Facebook on the YouTube feed that he's got a ticker that's going across, and it says What if Justin, and it's Justin with an I, his testicles is lower than the other?
Ah, hey-oh! Take that one, you bitch!
Oh, you rapscallion, I'll get you somehow. I don't know. It's crazy.
And then
it's classy.
It's classy. I like to class up the place. And then I also watched The House with a Clock in the Walls.
Yeah.
That was actually a really good movie.
We should talk about this one. So
I think we should. I think we should take some time.
Yeah.
Talk about the Jack Black.
So Jack Black comes out looking like Lipton. What's his name? James Lipton from the Inside the Actors Studio.
Yes.
And he's got like a mole on and everything, and like perfectly groomed and manicured beard, and he looks like a stage magician.
He does.
And it turns out that's what he was. It's the story of a young boy.
It's a lovely tale.
It's a young boy tale, starring Michael Caine.
Michael Caine is the name, right?
Just kidding. Michael Caine's not in it.
Australian
But
Michael
Kyle
Caine.
MacLachlan is.
Australian
right.
Michael Caine is in it.
If you're missing Kyle MacLachlan, is this a show for you? Because what was the last thing he was in? Like Twin Peaks? Fire Walk with Me?
Portlandia.
Oh,
he plays the mayor.
Oh, okay. Alright. I mean, yeah. So Kyle MacLachlan was in that, and in Dune.
Yeah.
I fucking love Dune.
But it was the House of the Clock in the Walls. The title's a little long and tongue twisting, but it's actually a really good movie.
And let me just say, if you didn't have a respect for Kate Blanchett or whatever, like I really,
she was actually really good in this.
She was amazing in this film, and it's like after seeing her in Thor Ragnarok and seeing her in the last Hobbit film that she was in.
Yeah.
I've seen her in The Aviator where she played what's her name, Kate, whatever, I don't know. Katharine Hepburn.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, she's so versatile, and I don't think that I would have really seen it until I saw her in just like this other role. And I think she did a really great job.
She did fantastic in this film. It was, for a kid's movie, it was done very well.
Yeah. And it combines like the elements of Harry Potter with like the elements of something slightly scarier.
It's got like a Goosebumps kind of vibe to it.
Which he was in, so he was in.
And he's reprising his role because there's a second one coming out.
I've never seen it. I heard it was...
I have not seen it either. I was a huge fan of Goosebumps growing up as a kid, but I never watched the movie.
Yeah, I was into like the Scary Stories books, like but not like the Goosebumps books. It was like somewhat past my age, so I'm like, oh well, I'm not gonna go backwards. I already read the Dark Half, with Stephen King. So it's like, I'm like, yeah.
I already read a Kid Orgy in it.
Yeah.
Can you give me this Joel R.L. Stein?
Yeah, really. So
screw you, Mom.
Screw you, Dad. Make me read.
I'm gonna go watch Are You Afraid of the Dark now?
Yeah, which was basically like a teen version of Goosebumps.
Yeah.
So, but this is a story about this kid, and his parents just died in a horrible car accident. He goes to live with his uncle in Michigan at this really creepy house, and he's kind of like, I think he's like a young Sheldon kind of character and all that.
And to spoil it, there's a clock in the walls.
Yeah, I mean, so it's not just a clever title.
It's not just a clever pun.
Yeah, it is, and I mean, you get about a good portion into the movie before you realize that there's like real magic and it exists, and there's like funny characters. It's kind of like a Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah. Like
there's like this big plate glass window that seems to change, and have like different scenes, and and then they figure out it's like, oh, the house likes him, and they're trying to manipulate the little kid into doing something. It was really cool. There's some very creepy elements to this, like the animatronics and the movies.
Yeah.
Man, it's creepy.
No, it was a great movie.
I was impressed.
I wasn't
expecting much.
I went in not really expecting much, just thinking it's a kids movie, whatever. And
yeah.
I left pleasantly surprised.
It's not often that something like that happens when you have like a movie that's kind of like transcendent of a kids movie, where it's like I would watch this regardless.
To be honest, it was kind of reminiscent almost of like Hocus Pocus.
Yes, yeah.
Like wholesome Halloween fun type movie.
But it didn't pull any punches when it came to scary content.
Yeah.
Like they didn't pull away. They're like, oh no, he's going to kill you.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's an element of real danger for these characters, and you felt it.
Oh yeah, and there's like some creepy stuff, zombies and
attacked by like
shape-shifting
a manticore topiary that poops mulch, So it had like the funny elements that like would keep a kid interested, and it would bring them just to the edge of being like really scared, but then like pull it back. So I thought they like tonally, I thought the movie did a great job.
Oh yeah, Jack Black still plays very much Jack Black. And...
Yeah, I mean exactly.
But yeah, no, I saw an interview. He went hiking with Kevin Nealon. I didn't know Kevin Nealon has a show on YouTube. I did find that out this week called Hiking with Kevin. And Jack Black was on there, and he was talking about a house with a clock in the walls. And he said the only thing he didn't like about doing the movie was the title.
Oh, yeah.
Because he said he can't pronounce it right. So he said, I was trying to get them just to call it clock.
Oh, man. Can we call it clock? Bam, pow.
I mean, I'll give him credit. He seems like a cool dude. They're out hiking and stuff, and he's stopping for every single fan that asks him for a picture and everything. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Kevin Nealon didn't stop for, like, anybody. He just kept walking.
Yeah, I think he's humble.
Yeah.
Kevin Nealon's funny. So, I mean, I always liked, like... I mean, I liked Norm Macdonald on Weekend Update, but Kevin Nealon was always my favorite.
So yeah, if you're on YouTube, go check out Hiking with Kevin.
Yeah, that seems interesting.
It's like Jerry Seinfeld's comedians in cars getting coffee type thing.
So it's a really original idea, you're saying?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I'm watching it going, well, you just took Jerry Seinfeld's idea and said, let's go hiking instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, he's getting texts and it's distracting me. I'm starting to read his messages.
Okay, go ahead.
Dear Justin, I hope your testicle gets well.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Love, Dr. Ross. P.S. Next time I'll use the tiny fingers.
Where's he going to get tiny fingers from?
I don't know. Alright, well, speaking of new movies, the new movie trailer for Holmes and Watson came out. It's featuring John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell.
You know what? It's about time we get a funny damn movie.
It looks stupid but hilarious. I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, it's gonna be silly. I didn't realize that Ferrell was gonna be playing
Holmes,
and that Reilly would play Watson.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the trailer, go check it out. I just like it when they meet the Queen. Oh, she's a looker.
Yeah, she looks like crap. It's pretty funny.
It's good fun. Go watch the trailer if you haven't seen it yet. They dropped a Joker teaser. Did you see that?
Okay, so
the little spinny wheel, and it's got Joaquin Phoenix, and it's got the clown kind of shoots on him.
If you guys have ever seen a Bill Murray movie with Randy Quaid and Gina Davis called Quick Change, and you look at Joaquin Phoenix in this makeup with like the blue, it reminds me so much of Bill Murray in this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I didn't realize like he really looks like Chipowski, the clown, and.
He looks like Zach Galifianakis in Buttons or whatever his show is.
Yeah, maybe not as much, but that guy seems to me like he would be a lot to hang out with. Like
Zach Galifianakis?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think he would be. I think he'd be very calm and.
Isn't he like a pianist? Where he's like an accomplished piano player?
I have no clue. Possibly.
I think so. Yeah. That used to be part of his shtick.
Very.
You've never seen any of his stand-up, huh?
I've seen some of his stand-up. I haven't watched a ton of it though.
That's it. Yeah.
I stick to the ones I like. I got Dave Chappelle.
Yep.
Dana Carvey. Which Dana Carvey's hit and miss.
Yeah.
Not all his specials are fantastic.
Was it over 40 and something or?
Yeah, kind of like the last couple he's done are really funny. And then
I was thinking miss, but okay.
Can't think of his name right now. Indian guy.
Oh,
Russell Peters.
Okay.
Russell Peters.
I've never seen anything.
I will say Russell Peters was funnier before he got super famous.
Oh, okay.
Now that he's gotten more famous and he's in movies and stuff, his comedy's not all that great anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of like the original ones, like George Carlin. And,
George Carlin's classic.
Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Steve Martin, like those kind of guys, like out of the '70s and all that. Like the stuff that they're working with, which is so fucking raw,
Well, that's back before everybody was easily offended by everything.
And there's some guys that I just never clicked with. Like, I never liked really Tim Allen, never liked Ray Romano. Like those kind of guys.
I've actually never seen a Ray Romano stand-up set.
It's not great. I mean, it's like...
It's like Seinfeld?
No, it's... Well...
Seinfeld I don't think is a great stand-up comedian.
I like his stuff.
I like his acting. I like his TV shows. I don't care for his stand-up per se.
I think that everybody thinks it's all like, and why is it like this? But it's not. Like, he throws other stuff at... Dude, I liked Gallagher. I was a big Gallagher fan. I saw
Gallagher was
live.
funny.
I sold him watermelons when I worked at Stop and Shop in Connecticut. I mean, and the funny thing about it is that Gallagher actually had some like really funny stuff. Like he used to talk about like men's relationship with women's, and he's like,
And women's?
he's like, women can't keep a secret, but they can hold a fart. You want to tell a woman a secret? Whisper in her ass. That always stuck with me. And I'm like, the views of Gallagher are not the views of the Justen versus Justen show.
Speak for yourself.
Acting. That's great.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of all the great comedians that I've
What
seen.
were we talking about before this? We were talking about
I
Holmes
have
and
no
Watson.
clue.
We're talking
We're talking about Holmes and Watson. Yeah,
It
John
looks
C.
funny.
Reilly, Will Ferrell.
It looks like, is this an Adam McKay joint? Do we think?
It's from Talladega Nights and all that,
so
so
it must be. So it looks
probably
good.
from the same group.
I didn't see anyone else that's in it besides Steve Coogan, and Steve Coogan's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, Steve Coogan's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going that. Then we moved on to the Joker. And then
Yeah, we were
moved
talking
on
about
to
the
stand-up
Joker, and then
comedy.
you brought up Bill Murray, and then we got on comedians, and yeah, we just went all over the place.
Well, I was talking about earlier something. I don't know what the fuck it was, but
I was thinking about something, and then I forgot.
I did something earlier, but it escaped.
I forgot. I don't give a shit.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers, young man.
Oh, Ray Romano is like Jim Gaffigan, just less edgy.
No.
He's like, I've got kids and they drive my life crazy.
Jim Gaffigan can be funny, but he can also have times where he's very boring and dry.
For me, with him, like, there's different comedians that you go to for different things.
Yeah.
Right? Like Mitch Hedberg was awesome, but
Oh, yeah.
for him, a lot of it was the delivery.
Oh yeah.
Like
definitely.
Like Stephen Wright, the guy, it's all about delivery.
Yeah.
You know, Steve Martin, all about timing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the way he would pace things was so freaking funny. You know,
Robin Williams was when you're really high and you just couldn't pay attention.
oh, you're doing something that's going so fast, you're not sure if it's funny or not, but you don't know. But what's going on? Oh my god! You know, it's like he was so eclectic. For him, it was all about energy. And it's just he would just put it out there, and it's like even if it wasn't funny, he's like, don't like it? 5 seconds, wait, there'll be something else. It's like,
Yeah, he was all over the stage.
still one of the funniest ones, you know. And then like there's guys like Seinfeld, who them it's all about content.
Yeah.
You know, it's like what he's saying is going to be funny. So,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of different comics out there.
There are a
different
ton of
kinds things.
comics. I mean,
He said, I've never checked out Russell Peters. I don't know if he's funny.
Russell
or not.
Peters, like I said, if you check out his older stuff
Mhm.
before he got famous, is hilarious. You die laughing. Newer stuff, meh. Chris Rock, you know, kind of the same thing.
Chris Rock, man, he was about jokes.
Yeah.
He had a great delivery, but he would have good jokes.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I always respected about the guy. It's like he always had really funny content.
I mean,
Like he was quotable.
well, I remember from back when people had CDs, children.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Yeah, Adam Sandler. I had the Adam Sandler one. I had the Chris Rock one.
Yeah.
No sex in the champagne room. No
Yeah,
sex in the champagne.
Was that the one that had Steve Polychronopoulos on it?
But Adam Sandler, yeah, I mean,
This
all
is like-
Adam Sandler songs were great.
No.
Oh, come on. Lunch Ladyland, the Thanksgiving Day song.
Lonesome Kicker. Yeah. He realized I called it on that real quick.
I remember a few Adam Sandler skits. I remember the mom trying to teach her daughter how to give a hand job. Bring me a carrot.
My neighbor's dog.
I sold you pencil shavings.
I remember my buddy Joe growing up, like, we had the same guitar teacher, and he'd show me, he'd be like, yeah, man, I went to Dean, and he showed me this, and I'm like, they didn't teach you play a piece of shit car? It's my piece of shit car.
Or Tour Booth Willie.
Yeah, it's
$1.95, please. Hey, Tour Booth Willie, go fuck yourself.
So Tollbooth Willie, is that what he based his character on from Big Daddy?
Probably $1.25.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, Tollbooth Willie!
Those were great. All those back in the day when you got CDs and listened to them.
Well, now you don't have to have CDs. You can have a podcast.
Yeah, now we're famous. We're
Yeah.
taking over, and we're not that funny.
And when we're Oprah rich, you'll regret it.
What would you buy if you were Oprah rich?
2 chicks at the same time. I might keep going to that. You do the dishes. You clean.
You're like, hey, the girlfriend may be watching. Go do something real quick. 2 chicks at the same time.
Would I buy expensive mustards and sausages?
I would buy fine cheeses.
Fine cheeses, absolutely. Many fine cheeses to spread upon delicious crackers and such.
Okay, if you could win $1 million, or we'll say I'll give you $2 million. You won $2 million tax free, $2 million in your pocket. The girlfriend, the family would never find out. What would you buy yourself? Granted, you can't take it home because everyone's going to find out about it. This is just going to be play money.
I would buy props from a movie, so I would probably try to find like the Mirthmobile or something like that. So it would definitely be something Wayne's World related.
Oh, you are a true geek, sir.
Yeah, it's gonna be,
You stick $2 million in my pocket. I'm going, hey, everybody, live from Vegas is Justen versus Justen.
Did you take it to Vegas, really?
No, if I got $2 million bucks and I got to spend it and I can't bring it home and nobody can ever find out about it, I'm going to Vegas, man.
I might have like Michael Keaton show up at my birthday party.
I might
have a birthday party.
I would have a Vegas weekend with Michael Keaton there. I would take Michael Keaton to the strip club. That way, when you walk up to the strippers, you go, he's Batman.
I would have a dinner party, and I would invite Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Ben Affleck. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't invite that.
Everybody, welcome to dinner. George, you sit in the back.
You know what I would do? I would do something like I would try to get like a cast Where Are They Now together or something like that of like a movie. I'd be like, dude, this is Monster Squad now.
Actually, you want to know what I would do with $2 million?
Fucking Monster Squad. That's right. It's like Justin's priorities are so messed up. He's going to try to recreate Monster Squad with $2 million.
You want to know what I'm doing with $2 million?
What?
I'm calling the ladies man, and we're gonna go.
Oh yeah.
I'll take him to the strip club. Ooh, with a lady.
That would be awesome. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to get together like a cast to redo the entire cowbell sketch, or something like that. Be like, Lorne Michaels, here's a check for $2 million.
What did you do? I made a YouTube video.
Fucking hey, that'd be awesome.
For $2 million.
Redo your favorite sketch, for Saturday Night Live or something. So, hi. Hi.
Imagine being the actor taking the call, and they're like, "Oh, you want to make an appearance?" No, I just want him to come as the ladies' man. I don't want to do
Hello, is this Brendan Fraser? How would you feel about making Encino Man 2 for $2 million?
$2 million? I would have done it for $30.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could prepay Amazon Prime for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you could.
It's like, what would you do with $2 million? Why don't you chime in on YouTube?
I went swimming in a bathtub full of chicken McNuggets.
That seems oddly specific.
I like the barbecue sauce. Squish them between my toes.
I would like to be. Maybe I would buy my way onto a show or something like that. What would you do if you could be on like a show or something?
If I could be on
like
a show? Like if I could bribe someone and get on like a TV show?
What would it be? It could be a past show too. You could be like, I was on MASH, and I'd be like, well, that's stupid, but okay.
Yeah. I could be on a TV show.
Yeah.
Wow, that'd be really tough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could try to bring back Ash vs. the Evil Dead. You'd be on that one.
I would probably want to be on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, with all the history that's there and all that, I would want to be something that'd be like, bring me back as Massive Head Wound Harry or something.
I would like to be on Big Brother.
Yeah. I would not like to be on To Catch a Predator.
I would like to be on The Bachelor, and at the very last episode, I'll go, hey, I hope you have money, because I don't.
It would be funny if they had like The Bachelor was bisexual, and they had like guys and girls competing for affection.
Oh God,
that'd be so weird.
That's next. Don't somebody's like watching it on like CBS or ABC, going brilliant.
Well, I think he'd be like, hey, I brought you a beer. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's like, and he goes to the finals. It's like.
He gave me a handy and a beer, so I gave him a rose.
So look, it's not a big deal. We're dudes.
We didn't make eye contact. It's totally cool.
You keep bringing it back to that. I'm never doing that again with anyone.
Hey, you brought it up. Oh, God.
This is the most uncomfortable part of my life. I sit there, I was like, I don't even like looking at you anymore.
I can't look.
What I'm talking about is we made eye contact unbroken for 30 seconds one time, Justin and I, and it was the most uncomfortable part of my life.
It was the weird...
It was so odd.
I think it was on an episode we talked about.
Oh, God, did we do that on film?
I think we did, and we talked about this. Because they're saying, if you make eye contact, you'll fall deeply in love. And we make eye contact, and it was just the most fucking awkward time of my life.
It was really weird, you know? It was one of those circumstances.
Because you see those shows.
Now I podcast like this.
I have weird feelings and I can't make eye contact. It was one of those things. You ever see them on like BuzzFeed or whatever, like 10 questions. If you ask your date, they'll fall madly in love with you.
Yeah, you know, it's one of them things.
One of them things.
So I don't know. I don't know where we're going with this.
I don't either. We're talking about $1 million getting on The Bachelor.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't get on The Bachelor. You get on Big Brother.
You know what? I mean,
Survivor.
There's a lot of cool stuff that you could do. I mean, a lot of shows that I'd like to get on. I think like Legends of Tomorrow, like DC's Legends of Tomorrow. I like that show. I'd want to get on that. I mean, something Star Wars related, Star Trek. Get on Star Trek. That would be cool. You know, just put me on in the background in my blue shirt.
Captain Picard.
Yeah.
Stardate 2758.
Yeah, I mean, things like that. So, if you could buy your way on things, I mean...
I'd buy him The Bachelor.
Okay.
Bunch of hot women fighting over me.
Yeah, and then you get to the end and you'd be like, sorry, taken.
Sorry, I'm broke. Joke's on you. You know all those other girls you fought to get to me thinking I was a millionaire? I'm really broke.
Yeah, exactly, like Joe Millionaire.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure after the show I got an STD. Get yourself checked.
Hello, everybody. So,
Wilfred Brimley.
Wilfred Brimley. I'd buy Wilfred Brimley.
I would get his diabetes fixed.
My diabetes face.
And
remake Our House. That was a show from the 80s, so with Shannon Doherty. She was such a bitch.
I would remake Mr. Belvedere.
That could work, actually. Could you?
I'll be Mr. Belvedere.
You would make a great Mr. Belvedere. So I think Benedict Cumberbatch should be one. I'm Mr. Belvedere.
I'm Mr. Belvedere. Welcome to the house.
Yes.
So we're going, yes! Welcome to the house.
Well, that Bob Uecker must be happy because of his Brewers, right? Isn't that his team?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, wonderful! Rick Vaughn!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Major League Baseball. Sort of.
Mr. Belvedere, Simon! See,
that's why I can't watch baseball anymore. The announcers are all sober and just hate each other.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they were all drunken idiots.
Like that show you were telling me about with Hank Azaria.
Yeah. Did you ever get around to watching that?
I haven't seen it yet. It's on what channel?
It's IFC, I believe.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to check it out. So.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's sports. That's what they're missing nowadays. It's a bunch of drunk guys. You know?
Congrats, our friend Lewis is watching, and he just won the Amalgamania raffle. So
congratulations!
Yeah. He just won a whole
He
bunch of tickets sold.
He won. I almost said condoms. Morgan Freeman would like to congratulate you on winning your comic books.
Dynamite is what Mom says. So, we were talking about movies, not necessarily horror movies, but movies that you associate with Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween is getting to that time of the year. It's getting to that season where every girl you see has pumpkin spice something in their pictures on Instagram.
Wearing their Uggs
and their flannel and
things like that.
It's like, I love fall.
Yeah.
See, I'm not gonna lie. When I was single, this was prime season.
Was it really?
Girls like chubby guys during this season. This is the only season because we're not sweaty.
Go on.
Fall and winter, prime season for being chubby. Summer, horrible. They're like, oh, you're sweaty, you're disgusting. I don't want to see you anymore.
I really like your theories on chubby men. So
it was it really was. Like, you went to a bar or anything like that, you would meet women in the winter and the fall. As soon as summer hits, no, don't even try it.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I said. I had a lot of experience. I would like to share my relationship experience for you people out there in the world.
Okay. Is there any costumes that you feel work for a chubby guy? Maybe
a monocle and a top hat.
A monocle and a top hat, okay, of course. Maybe Fred Flintstone.
I'm not gonna lie. Actually, one time I did wear a top hat out at a bar.
Did you really?
I was at a friend's house. He had a top hat,
And you're like,
I put it on,
lady.
and literally every girl was like, "Oh my god, that's too great!" I'm like, "Ma'am, pardon me, Miss Whore. Would you like to partake in sexual activity this evening?" But no, it's good times.
And how'd that go? You ended up married, didn't you?
For a while, yes.
Yeah.
It was bad times.
Bad times, yeah.
Bad times at the El Royale.
Well, what did you do, Justin? What did you do in the fall? I'm like, I like the smell of leaves and pies. I'm like, I don't know. You know?
I rubbed pine cones on myself.
Oh,
Nowadays, you gotta get a man bun and roll in pumpkin spice.
oh, is that what you do? You just throw cloves on yourself?
I go to the store, I buy the seasoning, McCormick's, the McCormick pumpkin spice. You get a little bit of dab.
Oh, I know it well. You just dab a little bit back there,
and the ladies are like, "Oh, you smell fantastic."
My lady
usually
prefers me in cologne.
I work with a lot of older ladies now. It works like gangbusters.
So that's really for the 60-plus crowd, huh?
Oh yes.
You smell like my youngster.
You smell like my favorite pie.
You smell like Milano cookies.
And I bet you can eat a bunch, huh, Pudgy?
Terrible. Okay, so thank you for joining us for Justin's tips for picking up chicks. Remember, that's Justin with an E. So, but so what about your Halloween movie picks? Like, what do you think are some things that should make this list? Something that maybe evokes.
All right,
the
so
season.
we got about another 2 weeks here
Mhm.
before we unveil this top 25 list of Halloween movies.
Yep, we've got a bunch of great suggestions today already.
Yeah, and last week Matt and Shannon from the Duo Finds threw a bunch at us, so
Mhm.
thanks there. I think Hocus Pocus, for people in our age group, is
Absolutely.
a must because we all grew up on it.
Mm-hmm. And the funny thing about that movie is, like, it's got watchability, it's got rewatchability. You can watch it over and over again. It's still good. It's just one of those things where it's like it has elements of horror, it has elements of suspense, it has danger to it, like similar to what we were talking about with like House of the Clock in the Walls. It's funny. You know?
It's a movie that you can watch with your kids.
Yeah, you can watch it with your kids. You can watch it at any time, I think. So.
I think. Well, my top pick is Dale and Tucker versus Evil. I have watched that movie so many times and I never get bored of it.
It's a good movie.
I love that movie.
I enjoy it. I think it's good. It's got funny elements to it. Acting's great.
Oh, yeah.
Alan Tudyk is just, he steals every scene when he's like, "You cut off my finger."
They hate my face.
I made him to reattach my trigger finger. Tucker. And you get to the end, the villain kind of flips around, and it's not what you expected.
He's a hillbilly.
Yeah. They hurt my dog.
I'm not a hillbilly.
And Sock is in it, so yeah.
That's
I used to
great
love
show.
that show, Reaper.
Oh, Reaper
When he
was
first showed-
fantastic.
That was such a good show, man.
I was very upset when that got canceled.
And I watched that kid before on a show called The Loop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I like this. This is kind of
The
cool.
Loop was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
It was funny. So yeah.
Yeah. So I would definitely go Dale and Tucker versus Evil, Hocus Pocus.
I'm gonna go with another kids movie classic from the '80s, possibly 1984. So E.T. So E.T. has that big scene in it that is based on Halloween. Where everybody's dressing up and there's like the Yoda, and Yoda looks over at E.T. and all that. And
See, I like E.T., but I don't know if it's my go-to Halloween movie.
not everybody likes E.T. if you know this. But
I don't mind E.T. as long as it's not on Atari. Did they finally ever dig all those out?
They did, yeah. I think Elon Musk financed it. He's like,
The Boring Company.
he's like, we're going to space, but first we're going to do this. Is that what he sounds like? I have no idea.
Actually, he's got more. It's more of an English accent, but it's American and it's weird. I can't copy it. He's South African, so.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Every time I see him, he reminds me of Styles from Teen Wolf.
A pudgier one.
I expect him to like put on a bow, bow, chicka, chicka. Right.
How great would that be? A Tesla commercial where he gets on the...
Oh, man.
The classic 80s movie.
I love Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf.
Oh, we got a message there. Big fan.
Nice. Big fan of Teen Wolf or big fan of us?
Hey-o!
Thanks for joining us, Zachary.
But, yeah. Oh, that's 80s music. I think that should just be in the Halloween music, just that song.
Oh, yeah.
You knew a good time in an 80s movie when that music came on.
Well, so then sticking with this, I know 80s movies are a good topic to stick with. I find that my favorite 80s movies have an element of comedy and an element of horror to them.
Yeah.
So, now, even like Predator. Predator, I would say, is kind of like that kind of movie. I would definitely consider that a Halloween movie.
Oh, totally. I would put Predator on my list.
Yeah.
I just watched it the other day. It was fantastic.
You did, and I got so jealous. I'm like, damn it, I need to watch that movie.
That movie,
fucking Billy when he's like,
that dude. Okay, Arnold's tough, but Billy, I think, was the badass motherfucker in that movie.
Billy's fucking scary.
He was the dude that just turned around and he's like, I'm gonna go kill him.
With a knife. I can tell you that they had to have, back in our Predator episode, right? So if you guys go back on YouTube or you can go back on iTunes, you can watch our old episode that we had on Predator. Well, they actually had to have an on-screen bodyguard to keep people safe from Billy. So, because he was going to kick people's asses.
I mean, dude, he was like, you're the Predator. He just drops everything, pulls out a knife, and he's like, I got this.
Yeah, no.
I mean, granted, 2 seconds later, you hear him scream, but...
I mean, that guy was essentially Warpath from X-Force.
Yeah.
So, he's not still acting. He'd show up in the X-Force movie.
But yeah, Predator, definitely. You're one ugly mother... I saw somebody was talking about Predator 2 today, and I thought about you.
I do love Predator 2. It's got Gary Busey in it.
I'm getting too old for this shit. Basically, that's all he plays is an extension of Murtaugh in that movie.
Yeah, but Hardigan was a badass Murtaugh.
And I will say he was ripped in that movie.
I liked how he had those pleated pants on the entire time.
Yes.
You look at him and it's like, why does his ass look so funny? It's like, he's wearing pleated pants!
And then that movie brought us the first Easter egg with the alien.
Yeah.
This, more skull hanging up, and you're like, oh my!
Well, and I mean, they really copied that with Alien vs. Predator Requiem, where they had a Triceratops skull. And, that was kind of cool.
But when I was listening to this guy, he brought up a very good point. Bill Paxton is the only... he's the only guy to face the Terminator, face aliens, face Predator.
Never won, by the way.
No, never won, but he faced them all.
So I've seen
with
him...
grace and dignity.
I have seen him in some obscure movies. I wouldn't say this one's really obscure, but Frailty. Have you ever seen Frailty? You're not a demon, are you?
I think so. So
he's got 2 boys, 2 sons, and one grows up to become Matthew McConaughey or something like that. But
all right.
He says that he has special gloves that when he touches people, he can tell if they're demons or not, and then he kills them and axe murders them.
Oh, so it's the story of Michael Jackson.
Yeah, exactly.
I have special gloves.
Well, he's got 2 special gloves.
Come here, children. I need to see if you're possessed.
Oh man, yeah, it's a pretty creepy movie. But the movie I was talking about it's called The Dark Backward. Yeah. It's about Judd Nelson, who is a stand-up comedian who starts growing an arm out of his back.
Okay.
It is insane. And one of the people that's in it is Bill Paxton, and it's freaking nuts, man. It's like a dark comedy I remember seeing on Showtime years ago. It's nuts, dude.
The Visit. Did you ever watch that? That was a weird one.
I didn't. No, I didn't see it. What's that one?
The Visit's these 2 kids. They think they're going to visit their grandparents for a lovely weekend. Okay. And it turns out these 2 crazy ass people killed their grandparents and they're pretending to be them.
Oh, nice.
It's a fucking weird movie.
Pretty weird, right?
It is a little weird.
All right.
You got The Ring.
I thought The Ring was very scary.
I never watched It Follows.
Is this like a movie about someone following someone in a car?
I think she's like an alien, and she has sex with people, and that's what kills them, or something like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah. That's on Netflix. I was gonna check that out. That seems pretty good. So hold on a second. So this is about basically the scariness of a curse that's passed along from sexual activity that is essentially a death sentence. So
I don't know if it's a curse. I thought it was like an alien or something. I don't know. I never watched it.
But it was like an actual curse.
Oh,
Now, did you ever see a movie called The Hitcher?
No.
With Rutger Hauer?
No.
Oh, dude, he was a hitchhiker that would kill people. That was pretty crazy.
That was the only good part in Father Figures this weekend was Cat Williams.
Oh.
When he's tied up and he goes, I can kill you. I can almost kill you. But, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I have to point this out. The duo Fines, who were friends
That's right.
of,
Yeah.
they just released a video where they went and did all the filming locations for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And if I must say so to myself, the voice in the beginning, in the title section, is quite dreamy. I wonder whose sexual voice made that. Chocolate rain.
What's a sexual voice?
That's my voice.
Okay.
Because I did their intro.
Is that why I get wood when I sit here?
Chocolate rain. Potato bits. The Shining, that was a good one. I do have to laugh. I took my my stepson to see A House with a Clock on the Walls. Jack Black comes. He knows my pet peeves talking during movies, but he talked during this one and it made me chuckle. Because Jack Black pops up and he goes, Jack Black's in this. He's my favorite actor. He was in The Shining.
No.
I said wrong, Jack, buddy.
Nice. I mean, there's some obscure ones, like...
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser 2 was way better than Hellraiser.
Halloween.
Yeah, so
Silence of the Lambs.
what do you guys think? I mean, I'm a big fan of Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, which was about, like, when the kids would put these masks on and they would essentially melt their faces. I think that is frightening as hell.
Yeah.
Like, and just, it's a concept where it doesn't have Mike Myers in it and all that, so it was creepy.
Poltergeist, that was a good one.
Yeah, Poltergeist was scary. I mean, absolutely, any of those things. I mean, well...
Seven, that one.
Yeah, with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, 7 Deadlies.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Yeah, I'm gonna check out Children of the Corn. Get Out. So if you're watching scary movies now, the question is, do you watch Get Out? Because you've probably already seen it. But does it show up as one of those movies that's right for Halloween?
See, a lot of people put A Quiet Place on the scare. I don't think Quiet Place was that scary. It was different because the whole movie was quiet. So it's like a psychological type thing. But it wasn't scary. I wasn't like, oh my god, I'm so scared.
I'll give you one that's kind of along the same vein. Did you ever see a movie called Priest? So Priest was a vampire movie that came out in like the
familiar.
The aught thousands, right? And it had Vision in it. Whoever, I can't think of who he is.
I believe I did see this.
So Priest was, you had to be quiet because if not, vampires would find you, right? And these guys
I believe I did watch this.
I watched it not too long ago again, and
I'm gonna say I watched it because it sounds really familiar.
I mean, it's part of like, okay, we're gonna try to be Underworld, but a little bit differently. It's not a bad watch. It's not great, but you know, I mean, it's something to watch, and it's like if you like things like Daybreakers, it's kind of along the lines of that, where it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I think check that one out. That's a little bit more scary.
Idle Hands.
Oh my god, fucking Idle Hands. Idle Hands is a movie that needs to be forgotten about. So
Devon Sawa.
and Devon Sawa, his claim to fame besides this is being in an Eminem video.
That
Yeah, he played in that Stan video. You know, in Seth Green, this was like when Seth Green was really getting his push up the ladder. He's like, we saw this light and we were gonna walk into it. And they were like, nah, too far. Yeah. What the fuck?
Funny Man.
I've never seen any of these.
Yeah, these are obscure ones. Severance.
That looks interesting, at least.
That's because you're looking at the boobs.
Well, clearly. I mean,
I'm looking at the cleavage. I shall watch this movie.
Oh, I've seen Witchboard. Witchboard was awesome. Leprechaun. So yeah,
Leprechaun.
we're talking about obscure horror movies, and he's pulled them up, and we're looking at Leprechaun 2, Back to
the
the
Hood.
No, it's The Hood. So Warwick Davis reprises his role as. Come on.
Rogue.
I never saw Rogue.
The Ugly, never saw it. Repo.
Repo, dude. Repo, the Genetic Opera. Have you seen this movie?
I have not.
So this is a musical, and it's a horror musical, and it is freaking nuts. It's
sci-fi rock opera.
Anthony Head right? From he played Giles on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
He's singing. Paris Hilton is in it. I think Meatloaf is in it. Dude, it's fucking crazy. Great one. I don't know the Slayer.
Yeah, I don't know that either. Let's go back.
I mean, I like something like I'm saying, like a Silver Bullet with good Waxwork. If you ever see Waxwork, that was freaking awesome.
Let's see. Jacob's Ladder.
I would say Waxwork would be one for me.
The
where
Midnight Meat Train.
I didn't. That was yeah. Vinnie Jones and Bradley Cooper was in it. I didn't think that was that great. Mouth of Madness was crazy. Seventh Sign I talked about last time. It was pretty cool.
Session 9. That was it. Excuse me.
Bless you, sir.
Don't sneeze on camera. Session 9 was okay. It was alright.
Yeah.
I'm very tough on my horror movies. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I don't even think they have to be horror. Like, what about something like Neverending Story? Would you think that would be
No.
something? No?
I don't.
Well, I think about something that's like, it would also evoke, like, oh, I want to get in a costume or something, you know?
See, to me, Halloween movies are... You get a month where you can watch gory, psychotic movies.
Okay.
Or they have to be about witches or ghosts or...
So witches would be like The Craft?
Yeah.
Okay.
They could fall into it, but I don't picture it as a Halloween movie.
Yeah, it's definitely an Easter movie.
I go for Passover.
Oh.
Let's see, best movies. For...
Like Ice Cream Man with, you ever seen Ice Cream Man? With Clint Howard?
Let's see, the best fall movies. Could they be horror?
There's some cool vampire movies too, like Just Bitten with
When Harry Met Sally.
and what was
Fantastic.
there might be one called Once Bitten that I'm thinking of.
Scent of a Woman. Hooah!
It's got Chris O'Donnell in it. You know I'm not gonna watch it.
St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah, I'm not watching.
These are the best fall movies since
How's this a fall movie?
since you want it to be, you know, that whole season. These are the best fall movies.
Fly Away Home.
No, it's Flay Away.
Yeah, Fly. I don't know. I think some of this stuff
Far
is just
from
other
Heaven.
movies.
Never heard. Good Will Hunting.
Far From Heaven is not a fall movie.
Rudy.
Yes.
Rudy.
Yes, definitely. Young Jessica Alba in Idle Hands is pretty much that, and the
Plane,
Offspring
Trains, and
show up.
Automobile.
That's a fall one. It's a Thanksgiving movie.
Practical Magic.
You know, I gave that movie a chance again. Like after watch, I'm like, oh, I kind of wrote it off, and then I watched it again. I'm like, you know what? It's not as bad as I thought it was.
Rushmore.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Rushmore's an anytime movie.
I saved Latin. What did you ever do?
I like your outfit. These are OR scrubs. Oh, are they?
You've Got Mail.
Dude, fuck that movie. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Fuck that movie. You've Got
Election.
Mail. Sorry, Mom, but I don't like that movie. You know how I feel about Meg Ryan. Top Gun. Top Gun's a fall movie.
Top Gun is a summer movie.
Dude, that's an awesome soundtrack. So I was listening to some friends of ours at the Throwdown Thursday podcast who were talking about The Crow, and I mean that is a fucking awesome.
That
movie.
is a Halloween movie.
Yes.
I will give you that one.
Devil's Night, dude, because right, everything that happens on Devil's
Hellboy.
Night. Yeah, Hellboy should be a movie to watch. Absolutely.
Hairbar.
I think Scream is a good one. Like
Child's Play.
Yeah. So formatting this list, you know,
Nightmare on Elm Street. The Haunted Mansion.
No,
with
that
Eddie
movie's-
Murphy.
that movie is bullshit. The Witches was good.
The Witches. Yeah, that was good.
And
Monster House.
Monster House was cool. Did you watch that?
I did. It was actually really
Steve
good.
Buscemi. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. The type of movie where it's like it's scary, but it's like kid and adult scary. Like I really enjoy those movies.
They have ET listed. You should be happy.
Yeah.
They got Practical Magic because you love it. Hotel Transylvania.
I didn't love it. I watched Practical Magic 2 times. I like it.
Don't lie. You have a poster in your bedroom. You're like, oh, Sandy Bullock.
I hate Sandra Bullock.
She is a national treasure.
Yeah, well, what country? I mean,
I wouldn't mind a Sandy Bullock in my bedroom.
are you serious right now?
Dude, she's...
I liked her in The Net, I think.
You would
in
kick her
Speed.
out. If she came to your bedroom, you'd kick her out.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Like a force of nature.
I call bullshit. If you were at a party and Sandra Bullock came up to you and she was like, "Hey, I need some sex," you're gonna go, "Nah, I'm okay."
I'd be like, I got a friend over here. I'm like, you can go check him out. I'd be like, no, seriously. I'd be like, I like you in Crash and one other movie, so you need to get stepping.
You didn't like Speed?
No, I like Speed.
Demolition Man?
Speed, Demolition, this is kind of like a bit part. So I will say this: I like fewer performances of Sandra Bullock than you would expect. So, I mean, was she good in The Blind Side? Yes. Was she good in Crash? Yes. You know, I
still call it bullshit if she said, "I want to have a one-night stand." You'd go, "Nah, no, I'm good."
I don't think she's attractive. Yeah.
Are you mental?
Sure. Sorry. Right. I don't like that hot Sandra Bullock action. You know.
Miss Congeniality.
All right, so I do like Miss Congeniality. So look, I do like more of these movies than I'm thinking, but everything I like about those movies is not Sandra Bullock related. You know.
I'm just saying, she's not a bad looker.
It's not my thing at all.
Oh, okay, well, we'll move on.
Her in like Love Potion number 9, you know. I'm like,
all right, well, moving on the list, The Craft.
Yeah, I do like The Craft.
Scooby Doo.
I guess that's kind of a Halloween movie. That's
Sarah
not really...
Michelle Gellar before she does nothing.
Yeah.
The Exorcist.
That movie legitimately messed me up because it was so scary. And I mean, in terms of this, it's like you felt like the people that were in the movie were in peril. And there's this one scene in the kitchen where this face just goes and it pops out like that. Oh my god, my butthole puckered a little. Like
oh my! Harry Potter. You're a wizard, Harry.
You know what? I would say Harry Potter is more of Thanksgiving or Christmas. Like that kind, because that's like when families together and you watch like a long movie after eating something. That's more.
See,
like Star Wars. Star Wars.
I'm the worst kind of geek. I don't care for Harry Potter all that much.
You're not alone. There's a lot of people who are like that.
Yeah.
I happen to love Harry Potter.
I've watched them. They're okay. I'm not gonna like go. I need to go to Universal to go see Butterbeer and tickle Harry's balls or something. I don't know what people do.
I was gonna say I've done all that, but no, you don't tickle balls there. They're pronounced words.
Whatever. It.
Yeah, it is definitely Halloween. Absolutely, both of them. Carrie because of Homecoming, right?
Yeah, Carrie, I just never got into that movie. Gremlins, yes.
Gremlins is a Christmas movie, dude.
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, I can see that one. And
that's more of a Christmas movie. It's snowing out.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Ghostbusters?
Yes, absolutely. And the cool thing about Ghostbusters is it leads into like a lot of... There's still kids today who are Ghostbusters.
Can I just put this out there today? I was a very proud papa. 5-year-old, she's sick. You know, she's got the ear infection and the eye infections and all that stuff. She's playing on her tablet. She looks at me with her nose all stuffed and everything. And she goes, "Look, Ghostbuster cupcakes. We should make some."
Yes.
I was like, so proud.
You're gaining back points.
Because your brother, he told me that Spaceballs was stupid. So I disowned him.
God damn it.
The Corpse Bride.
Yeah, I like Corpse Bride. I like it. I also like James and the Giant Peach, which was cool.
Young Frankenstein.
That's a great movie. The great Marty Feldman, whom we now know.
Frau Brucker.
Thanks, first episode.
Scream.
Where else are you going to see the Skeet Ulrich?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Scream, and would you also say scary movie? Or did you just say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I said, what's your favorite scary movie? That's the line in the movie.
Oh, okay.
They don't say, what's your favorite Scream movie?
Scream 3 because of Jamie Kennedy. Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, I guess that kind of meets the definition, right?
It does.
But the show is so much better, and I'm not a Luke Perry guy. But it does have Paul Rubens in it.
Hocus Pocus. We talked about that already. Casper the Friendly Ghost.
So I was thinking about this one. Casper
Bill Pullman
came out in 1995 with Christina Ricci, Bill Pullman. Dan Aykroyd's in this as a Ghostbuster. Father Guido Sarducci's in this. Eric Idle is in this. So I would say this is a quality Halloween film. Absolutely.
Addams Family, totally.
Definitely.
I mean,
in Addams Family Values. Yep.
Yeah, Addams Family, exactly. The Nightmare Before Christmas. We debated this on the last show, Nightmare Before Christmas. Is it a Christmas movie? Is it a Halloween movie?
So Rachel
I think it fits
says
into
yes.
both.
Yeah, I say it fits both. Rachel says yes, it's Halloween. You could do it. So Halloween? No, I don't buy it.
Perfect Halloween movie. Halloween? No, not gonna do it.
I would say like a movie like The Fog. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Like
the remake or the original?
Both.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, absolutely. And this one we did not bring up last time.
It's a Great Pumpkin.
Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, 1966.
Yeah, that's classic.
Do you watch that still?
Yeah, I think when it's on, I do sit down and go, oh.
It's one of those things that kind of brings out like that innocent, childlike side of you, where it's like you're kind of like, fuck this side, it shouldn't exist, But it's like, yeah, you can't help it.
It's like a Charlie Brown Christmas when that comes on too. I'm like, oh, I'll sit down and watch it.
Christmas time.
Yeah,
Christmas time.
It's that thing. Yeah, it's just like when Rudolph comes on too.
Silver. And to go along with this, one of my favorites growing up was the Garfield Halloween special, where he goes and he has to fight like pirate ghosts and shit. That was so scary. He's like, that was 100 years ago tonight.
Halloween Town with Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah,
I know that's on your list.
Well, that's the thing. These were really popular films.
They
They
were.
did like 3 or 4 of them. So, and I guess they did pretty well. So, I mean, just because it's not my thing.
I just thought of something that we haven't talked about. Ernest.
No, Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yeah.
That is a quality film. If there's a list, that will be on it.
Yeah.
Mother's love.
The tree.
Yeah.
Urba Kid.
He hugs it.
That was a great movie.
That was a really good movie, actually.
It just popped into my head.
I kind of want to watch that movie now.
What do you mean, Vern?
Like,
What
what'd
you
you do
talking
with the
about,
rest of your week? I found a way to watch Ernest Scared Stupid. How did you find it? I spent $100 on eBay.
What other Trick or Treat? You ever seen
Yeah.
that?
Oh, absolutely. I love Trick or Treat.
Trick or
Trick or
Treat?
Treat's great.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, Trick or Treat with Little Sam.
Yeah.
With his thing, and it's those kind of movies. It's very much like the Twilight Zone movie, where they've got like those little kind of vignettes that go into each other. And
Krampus.
no, Krampus is bullshit.
The Babysitter Massacre. VHS. Did you ever watch VHS?
You know what? I
That
was
was-
kind of intrigued, but I didn't see it.
It was fucking weird.
Is it?
But there are some scary parts. I'm not gonna lie. I would put that on the list. It's actually a good scary movie. I'll put that on there. The Devil's Rejects.
I'm really more into old movies like Student Bodies.
Creepshow.
Yeah, fucking Creepshow messed me up.
Creepshow was great.
Creepshow was.
I remember
so
when it was on TV.
Yeah, that's
That
when I
was
saw
fantastic.
it. So Creepshow 2 had one of the things that literally scarred me for life. They have these teenagers that go out to a raft on like a lake, and they start getting picked off one by this moss. And I mean, it's such a simple idea, but it's so damn scary.
Well, do you remember when that had the TV show on HBO or whatever? Wasn't it on HBO?
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because I was thinking
Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the Crypt.
That's what was on.
Yeah.
Tales from the Crypt.
God.
That was great.
What about Tales from the Hood?
I remember that. Yeah,
Tales from the Hood.
Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
Yeah. You just can't go in a movie without getting killed, except for like Soul Plane.
Oh, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, won't you ever learn? Did you ever see a movie called Jack Frost?
I did. Yeah,
So,
the creepy version.
the
Yeah.
serial killer who his soul gets stuck in a freaking snowman. And I swear every blockbuster had one copy of this shit. And man, what a movie! It had like the type of cover where you look at it and go like this, like you go like this, and it would be him like opening his mouth and all that. Like it was crazy.
Oh, I remember. Perfect fall movie, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Yeah.
That was great. I remember being drunk, sitting around the house. I remember the first time I watched this movie, I was with like 6 friends. We were hammered, and we just had the greatest time of our life.
What about the trauma films? Did you ever watch any of those? Because I think, isn't this one of them? No.
No.
But the trauma films like Sergeant Kabuki Man or Toxic Avenger.
I remember Toxic Avenger. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, no, they have like all these characters. It was like this big cult thing. I don't know if it ever caught on. Oh, Surf Ninjas is a great.
Surf Ninjas.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the list goes on and on. We're going to be talking about movies here.
Yeah.
Every week we're going to try to talk about some more We're get a little more in depth of horror movies, Halloween movies, not Christmas movies. It's getting to that time now.
And I mean, as we talk about things like our Arnold bracket, there's certain films like End of Days that had him in it. Which
Yeah.
It really was like one of those kind of horror movies that talks about like the end of days and stuff. So it's like, okay, this prophecy is going to be fulfilled, and someone's going to mess with the devil, and there's things like that. So that was pretty much the only one that I could think of that actually had him in it.
And did anybody go see Slender Man? Because that movie fucking sucked.
You saw it?
I did.
Ooh.
And it was horrible. Just bad. I was giving it some hope.
Okay.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Winchester. Never saw it. Heard it wasn't horrible though.
That's like some of the obscure ones. Obscure ones. What about a movie like Blade?
I guess you could put it on the list.
I would say. I mean, vampire movies.
Yeah, it's a
and all that.
vampire movie. Would you put Twilight on there? I know you're a big fan.
Yeah, Twilight. That's the scariest shit that exists, right?
Vampires twinkle. Sorry, ladies, that movie's stupid.
Ladies, I mean, there's like all kinds of other things too.
I remember when I was married, I got dragged into that movie. It was horrible.
I saw some in the theaters, but
It was why? Halloween H2O.
yeah, those are when they got. The problem with those movies is they're not movies. They're like long episodes of things. But they are showing one that I do like to talk about. Final Destination, which was kind of like a fad for a while in the early 2000s. It was like a big thing. Paranorman's a fucking good movie.
Paranorman, yeah. I actually own that one. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, Paranorman's good. And what's the other one? Frankenweenie.
Yeah, Frankenweenie, yeah.
That movie has absolute creep factor to it.
Battle Royale.
Mm-hmm.
Coraline.
Yeah, Coraline's a great movie, and again, it's got that element of scariness to it, because you really think that the character's in peril, like they're going to pull out her eyes and put buttons on. That's freaking frightening.
Death Note. I haven't watched this on Netflix yet. I've heard it's really good though.
You guys into anime? Anyone's watching, chime in or anything like that. I don't know if we have anyone talking on YouTube, but
yeah, we don't.
Okay, if you're into
Our YouTube people are quiet tonight. We had a lot of chatter on Thursday.
Yep.
Today they're rather quiet.
But yeah, anime in terms of that has some really good elements of horror. I want to see it because I think it has Willem Dafoe in it, and I'm not.
I mean, the monster looks like Willem Dafoe, but
yeah, pretty much.
Matilda. Would you put that as a horror movie?
A Halloween or fall movie, I guess.
I'm big.
It's a Roald Dahl movie, so there's some element of like horrific racism to it, I imagine. So I don't know. It's like.
Danny DeVito's in it.
He's like, hey, don't like people that are different colors.
I'm big,
like,
you're little.
Yeah.
I'm right, you're wrong.
I guess, I don't know.
Warm Bodies.
Oh, I forgot about Warm Bodies. That was an interesting take
it
on
wasn't
zombies,
a bad movie.
Right? I like when they ate someone's brain. They got to feel their memories. So Duo finds it saying that Death Note rocks. So we'll have to check it out
because you haven't watched it. Disturbia.
I refuse to watch Shia LaBeouf.
I like him in movies.
This is Rear Window, dude, with Shia LaBeouf.
The Possession.
I don't own that.
I don't own it. I've watched it. It was Monsters Inc.
Yeah, I can see Monsters Inc. and Monster U. The Faculty, absolutely.
The Faculty, yeah.
Dude, how could you
Josh Hartnett, come on.
Josh Hartnett, screw that. I was thinking of Jordana Brewster, but it also has that girl that is in like She's All That and all that. Usher's in it.
She's all that and that.
Yeah, the chick, the artist chick. Let Me In. Yeah.
The little vampire.
Jonathan Lipnicki. Oh my God. The Ghostbusters that you don't like.
The Ghostbusters remake. No, you can go take this and shove it up your ass.
Fuck face. How come there's no scary movies that have John Malkovich in them? You know what a good fall movie is for you motherfuckers? Con Air. Watch Con Air.
Fun Size?
I think I've seen that.
I don't remember this movie.
Yeah, it's got like Victorious in it. So Victoria Justice and she's...
Victorious! Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
Holy
I tried
shit.
watching this movie. It was fucking... I couldn't get through it.
I did not see that movie, but I got to tell you one that we forgot on our list that should be on our list, at least an honorable mention. Abraham Lincoln Vampire.
Oh, I love that movie.
Holy crap! How could we miss that movie?
That was a movie. Yeah, that was.
Dude, that's
great.
a good movie.
It is.
Like in terms of everything that I want as like an idiot, I like that movie a lot.
It is definitely like a guilty pleasure. I own it. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a good movie, dude.
I like it.
It's one of those things that's really fun to watch, and you're like,
Boss gone 7 years ago, and then it like cuts to like him like chopping a dude's head off. I'm like, yes.
and then he has to fake his own death.
Yeah,
You know. Oh,
that was
man.
great. That was,
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer. That was great.
yeah, how did we forget that one? That was.
I don't know.
Fantastic.
But that's why I like doing this, because it's like we can go through and remind things, and hopefully we're telling people something that they haven't heard in a while. You know, where it's like you haven't seen it. It's like, oh my god, I gotta go watch Ernest Scare Stupid. You know, and definitely, and I love it when I get people.
I think we just do this show so we remind ourselves because we're getting old. So we're like, oh yeah, that movie.
Well, I mean that's the thing. I'm gonna try to find Waxwork, and I'm still trying to go through all of the Phantasms. You know, and you hear about these movies and like, yeah, I definitely want to watch The Crow again.
Let's see. I'm going through my digital list of movies I own just so I can. Would you put Pacific Rim?
No, I wouldn't. So
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
yeah,
See.
The Shawshank Redemption
Suicide Squad, just
You
because
see-
Jared Leto's performance.
is scary. Well, I mean, you have your monster movies. I did watch Doom the other day. I
The
forgot.
Mummy. The Mummy.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely, any of them.
Not the Tom Cruise version. I own it. It sucked.
Any of them. I would say Doom, right, with The Rock.
Yeah.
Total guilty pleasure.
It is, and
What?
only because he gets to the point of going BFG.
It is such a bullshit movie,
fucking
though.
gun.
If you watch it, you're like, this movie wants to be Resident Evil, and it's not.
Yeah.
But it's still like, it's watchable.
13 Ghosts.
Yeah, 13. Oh, dude, 13 Ghosts was.
That's a guilty pleasure. It's a horrible
Absolutely.
movie, but it's
not
good.
great, and like Tony Shalhoub's in it. Like when they cut that horse in half, and it's still like fucking
Yeah.
pulsating. Now, Goonies is absolutely a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, you guys.
Ha 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 ha! Drunk.
Godzilla.
Yeah, I would say that because it's a monster movie.
Battleship.
I don't know. I mean, Battleship.
It's a summer movie.
Yeah.
It's an all around great any time of the year movie.
You have a
The-
digital
oh.
copy of So I Married an Axe Murderer?
Of course
This
I
is
do.
why we are friends.
Of course I do. The Purge.
You know what? I guess that would be, but I'm not into it, so I hate to like nag on it and all that, but I'm not really into it.
This is the end.
Oh yes, definitely apocalyptic.
Yeah, they.
Wasn't it supposed to be on New Year's Day or something?
Yeah, it's New Year's, I think.
But still, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Mama, I own this. Admit, it was a letdown. I just bought it because it was cheaper than renting it.
Yeah,
Shaun of the Dead.
absolutely. Shaun of the Dead's a fantastic movie.
Yeah,
I would even say that Snow White movie there would be a good one.
Snow
for
White and the
fall.
Huntsman.
Yeah, Snow White and the Huntsman. The second one was garbage, utter gutter trash. Don't even watch it. It doesn't even really have good special effects.
Why?
to
Because
it.
Nick Frost is a midget. He plays a midget in the movie.
I forgot that, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I liked him in that business movie with Vince Vaughn and like he was funny. Nick Frost was funny
Yeah.
in that one. Where he plays another man. But no, the first one with Hemsworth and Kristen Stewart and Charlize Theron. I thought that one had some.
It wasn't
decent
bad.
stuff. It was watchable.
The Apparition. It wasn't. It was like trying to be Paranormal Activity with scripts, and it was just not that great.
You know, and I really do urge people to like watch some of these movies. Like, what do you think of Paranormal Activity right now? You know,
I like
does it
the
hold up?
original, and they slowly, progressively got worse.
Yeah, like Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, Resident Evil.
Like the first one's awesome.
They're my guilty pleasure. I own like all of them. So,
I don't think I've seen the last 4. No.
like I said, they're guilty pleasures. That's why I say I own them. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Unfortunately, I own them.
I
Except for like
cash
my
money
digital.
Yeah, I had a whole app with like digital stuff on it, and then they stopped making. I love Out Cold.
Out Cold
He's
is
got
great.
Out Cold, the comedy with Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, like his first
and,
movie.
Tom Lemon is in
Yeah.
it. Who is like, is it Daryl Chill Mitchell or something is in this?
Jason Landon.
Oh, yeah, well,
Jason London.
London was in it, but there was like another guy. And
Lily
it's like,
Garson, Lee Majors.
Lee Majors,
That's all it says.
$6 million man.
course I have that. I love that movie. That movie's fantastic.
Victoria Silvstedt was in it. Yeah, that's right. I remember. Playmate of the Year, 1990, whatever.
That shows our age.
Yeah, I'm just making that shit up too. Because I mean, who even talks about Playmates of the Year?
Yeah, I was about to say, the kids at home are like, Playmate of the Year? What?
Why the fuck are kids watching us?
I don't know.
Except for my kids. Go to bed, kids.
Earmuffs. Say whatever you want. Shit. Fuck.
Yeah, I think Shaun of the Dead was a really good pickup too, because there's a lot of good zombie movies, and I would say like Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, but Shaun of the Dead is my favorite.
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead's great. Would you put the pub? What was the one with the pub? The World's End.
Yeah. That one is kind of like a disappointment. I think it was called The World's End, literally.
Yeah, I think it was. I would put it because I think I was expecting more.
I like the ending in the film, but to me, it's like it's forgettable.
A haunted house.
Fucking twitches.
You're welcome.
Frankenweenie was cool. I did like that. These are a lot of movies that I actually really like that they're showing. But
Girls vs. Monsters.
Yeah.
Double Trouble. Mary-Kate
and Ashley Olsen's film. I have seen Spooky Buddies. Yes, thank you, children.
Toy Story of Terror.
The Witches was really a good movie.
There's the greatest Halloween movie ever made.
Ernest Scared Stupid is probably one of them.
It's got the giant troll. You got
I want to put this into perspective. I don't know when Ernest died. I think he died in when Toy Story 2 came out. Something along those lines. So Jim Varney passed away. Right. This movie came out in 1991. So there was a period of maybe a couple of years where we were getting one Ernest, nonstop.
He died in 2000.
Oh, he died in 2000. Okay. So I mean, he did Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Saves Christmas, and he did Ernest Goes to Camp before all of those. Jim Varney was fucking hilarious.
I'll give Jim Varney credit looking at these pictures. The guy aged fantastically.
Yeah, he did. How old was he when he passed? Like 100 years? 1949, huh?
Yeah, 1949.
Damn.
He wasn't that old, sadly.
No, that sucks.
So.
He was Jed Clampett in the Beverly Hillbillies,
yeah.
too. Which is not a fall movie, but, it's a movie that fell. So, yeah, The Craft, definitely. Duo Finds was saying The Craft, absolutely. I mean, The Craft is one of those movies that I think we all remember from our teenage years or childhood or something like that. It's not a great movie, but it's one of those movies where it's like you definitely remember it. Had a great soundtrack.
What was the one with the wives? I just remember the cover of the movie, and she's got a hole in her, and he's got the candlestick through her.
Oh, that was Death Becomes Her.
Yeah.
That's a great one, yeah. I watched that not too long ago, too. I think I mentioned that on my Week in Geek a couple episodes ago.
Like I said, I couldn't remember that.
Bruce Willis was in that, Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
So, but there's also, I think there's like Witches with Cher. Was it like Witches of Eastwick?
Yeah.
It would be one.
Didn't the Witches of Eastwick have Sandra Bullock in it?
Did it? I thought it had,
No, it's... I was like, wait a minute, what?
The lovely Susan Sarandon and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Susan Sarandon. I looked old and I never aged.
And Jack Nicholson playing himself in the movie. I'm here and people are trying to kill me. I'm Jack Nicholson.
Would you put Batman as a Halloween movie?
I mean, are you asking me?
It's about a guy who dresses up and runs around town.
If you're asking me if I would put Batman in a category of movies and lists of movies on them, yes, absolutely.
Top Christmas movie? Batman. Top Halloween movie? Batman.
No, Christmas movie, Batman Returns.
You're like, Die Hard.
Yeah, and Die Hard.
Even though Bruce Willis has come out and said Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, you
Oh, sorry, it's not living up to his conservative family values, Sorry, Bruce Willis.
We don't like to kill people.
Yeah, as we've already discussed, we don't want to hang out with you.
Master Wayne doesn't want you to kill people.
Master Willis. And congratulations on finally dropping the the New Zealand accent.
Oh, he always has it.
He always has it.
Always has it, Master Wayne. Don't worry. I'll just hide it because I know you don't like it.
Some people just want to walk the word by.
Master Wayne, that was wicked sweet.
Wicked pisser, Master Wayne.
Crikey, Master Wayne.
Bark the car and have it, yeah.
You really popped that joker right in the kisser.
Right in his Bob's your uncle. Yeah, the Brothers Grimm. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
He pounded a few off to the Craft.
The Village.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board. You know what? The Village takes a lot of shit, right? It takes a lot of shit. It has a shitty twist at the end. But if you watch this movie, I contend that there are absolute scenes of, like, just thick mood in this film.
They are.
Like, when you don't know what these things are, and they're coming for, like, the little kid and all that, and then, you know, Joaquin Phoenix reaches over and grabs her at the last minute, and the person's trying to grab her. I'm like, that is a fucking tense moment.
Adrian Brody playing the handicapable person.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not a horrible movie. I own it.
Yeah, I think The Village has its merits, and I think that Signs is a way better movie.
Oh, Signs is hands down M. Night Shyamalan's. I don't know if it's his best one.
See, if you watch your first watch of Sixth Sense, has to be like, wow, this is the best. But then you watch it again, and it's not as good.
Yeah.
So it's like you can watch it and be like, oh, okay, now it makes sense.
See, the problem with Sixth Sense is the thing that got everybody was the ending. When you found out Bruce Willis does, like, oh my god.
But it dovetails so nicely in, and then it makes sense, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
But what about, like, Stir of Echoes? It was very similar to that, but it's like, you didn't have to wait for the payoff.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon movie where
I remember he's digging up the backyard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a fucking cool movie, too.
That was.
Stir of Echoes was cool.
Yeah.
But, like Matt was saying, Brothers Grimm, I thought that would be a really good choice for this.
Yeah, Brothers Grimm.
Much better than Hansel and Gretel starring whomever.
Oh,
fucking
Hawkeye.
Renner. Yeah, Jeremy Renner was in it. So.
Yeah, I think I own that one, too.
Fucking Brothers Grimm.
I own Brothers Grimm and I own Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah. I think I had that.
I own a lot of movies.
Brothers Grimm, where, like, there's this one scene with all these spiders and they're, like, crawling into a horse's nose. It's so fucking skeevy. I'm like, gross,
Matt Damon with a English accent.
Yeah, and the late Heath Ledger. That was, like, his second to last movie. Did you ever see the Imaginarium of Dr. Panarsis?
I started watching it. It was too weird.
Dude, it's so weird. I love it. It's like, and I did get an Alexa, and I asked her to explain Cloud Atlas to me, which was really fucking funny. So
it blew up.
I thought it might. I really thought it might.
I was like, shh.
I'm like, that's a serviceable explanation of Cloud Atlas. Okay, cool. So it's like, but we were talking about this last one. That is a movie that is very Halloweenish. It's so fucking weird. It's about the devil stealing people's souls as they get pushed through a carnival mirror. Holy crap! And it's Heath Ledger's actual last movie that he was filmed. He passed away in the middle of it, and they filled in his parts with Johnny Depp, Jude Law, Colin Farrell.
And yeah, I think wasn't there some more in there too?
There might be one more in there.
So I remember there was a lot of people that filled in, and it just that's why I said it just got weird and I couldn't follow.
Dude, it's so odd, and I mean, like Jude Law and Colin Farrell and all that. That's as weird as they come.
And I know you wanted us to view a horror movie.
Yeah.
We should go see Hellfest.
We should.
It's probably horribly and stupid and bad, but we should go see this.
I've heard some good things about this one called Rock and Roll Satan, if you've heard of that one. That one's supposed to be interesting too.
I'm not.
Yeah, but I know it's not out now, but it was out this year. It recently came out. So
we should go see Hellfest this week so we can review it for next week. So we can add it to the list of should it be on the list.
Well, this week is a good choice to try to get that done. We'll see what we can do.
Excelsior!
I am hoping, all times are in Central Time. I'm hoping to go see Eric Idle at a book signing.
Oh, nice.
So, always look on the bright side of life.
Well, everybody, we're coming up to the magic hour here. So before we start wrapping everything up, we do need to touch base on our Arnold bracket.
That's right.
Arnold's been going strong. We're on like week, I don't even know how many weeks now.
We had a bigger turnout for this week with the more obscure Arnold titles.
We did. Now that we're getting to the shittier Arnold movies, a lot more votes. Yeah. So this week, I have to say this week wasn't the shitty ones. We had Ivan Danko versus Gordy Brewer.
Mm-hmm.
So you had,
Ivan Danko versus Gordy Brewer, and I mean, who do you think takes it?
Ivan Danko took it by one. It's surprising.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird. And the one, like, the poll was 50-50, and I think, was it Scott?
Yeah.
Our buddy Scott Cromer, he chimed in and
he made a comment, but he did not hit the click on the vote, so we still counted it.
Yeah, we're counting it.
So Ivan Danko for the win.
So thank you, Scott.
So now we're moving into the Arnold playoffs. I mean, there's more Arnold movies out there. We'd be here all week if we started going in. So we've decided to cut it. We're going to do the playoffs. So we figured the number one seed was Dutch.
Yeah, absolutely.
The number one seed in the playoffs is Dutch from Predator. Because it's Dutch from fucking Predator.
But we wanted to give him some good competition.
Yeah, so like a sports, like a sports bracket, the worst place, the best place, the worst. So the number 1 seed Dutch from Predators taking on the number 10 seed Julius from Twins.
Yep.
I think this is a no-brainer.
I think so too, but it's like you can't discount how much people like the movie Twins. So there could be the fanboy vote, which could be a swing.
There is, because there's people who aren't action fans.
And he did lift the car, dude.
He did.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great when he's in the back and he puts on the shirt and it rips.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's that element. He's not coated with mud, so clearly Julius can see him.
Yo, one ugly motherfucker. I ain't got time to bleed.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, that was a great movie.
Yeah, it is.
I want to watch it again. I just watched it.
Welcome to the Justen vs. Justen Predator podcast, where we just talk about Predator all the time.
We talk about the original Predator 24/7, 7 days a week.
What I want to know is, like, I'm looking at the Facebook feed, and who made the crying sound today? Someone made the sad crying face, and I'm like, did you think we'd get canceled? I'm like,
oh, that's when you said you wouldn't sleep with Sandra Bullock.
Oh,
hey,
yeah, I wouldn't. Sorry. That question kind of blindsided me.
It didn't blindside me.
I crashed right into it with plenty of speed.
Hey,
It was an indecent proposal.
I was just thinking of a horrible pickup line for Sandra Bullock. But I won't say it.
I'm Sandra Bullock, what the fuck? It's like, what would it be?
There's a bomb on my dick.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
See, I told you it wasn't any good, and I didn't want to say it. You pushed me to it.
So just so we don't forget what's in the tickers, we were talking about Batman: Mask of the Phantasm returning to theaters.
Yes, for November.
Yep, November.
And, that was my favorite Batman the Animated Series.
Dude, they kicked the Joker's teeth out in that movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, you learned a little bit about who the Joker was in that era. Yeah. And it's available right now. If you have DC Universe, you can stream it right now.
Yeah, that was my favorite. I can own it.
Venom comes out. So
yeah, Venom comes
out
this week.
Have you seen the reviews on it? They're terrible.
I wouldn't doubt it. Tom Hardy movies never do good. He's a fan favorite, not a critic favorite.
I liked him in Lawless, dude. I thought Lawless was a fun movie.
Was good. He did good in Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
He does good in roles where he doesn't speak much.
I did not like Mad Max, and I know that's
I didn't like
Road.
it.
I'm like, why did they even call this Mad Max?
A lot of people love it. I did not like it.
I don't get why they're like, oh, this movie needs to win Oscars and shit. I'm like, really? Like, for what? For, like, the guy who's, like, fucking milking something? I'm like, what is this?
No, I didn't like the remake. I like the original Mad Max.
Yeah, I like Beyond Thunderdome. I thought that was fucking cool.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Kitty Walker.
Yeah. No, the original Mad Max.
Kitty Walker.
But, yeah, so, cover our ticker there. Venom's coming out.
Yeah. Most accounts have that the movie is apparently very leftist and political.
Wait, what?
That's what I'm seeing. Like, all the people who have seen it first, they're like, keep your politics out of this. They'd be like, well, you kind of have to imagine that with the country being as upset as it is. You ever watched the movie in the 60s when Vietnam was going on? I mean, they weren't exactly...
never mentioned it.
Yeah.
It never happened. Watergate, shut your mouth. Good morning, Vietnam.
Exactly. Man, what a good.
That was a great movie.
That was such a good movie. Forrest Whitaker's in that.
Yeah.
You know, just a lot of like character actors that you don't usually see. Like, I don't know, the guy who played like kind of like
that guy from that one movie.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was a good movie. I saw that. So that guy from that thing.
And then we need to touch base. Toys R Us coming back.
Yeah, how's that gonna work?
They decided not to go through with the bankruptcy. They're not going to sell the name off and all the IP and everything. They took it back. So there's a chance it could live.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I'm saying there's a chance.
Dance to the beat of a different drummer boy. Oh man, I'm excited. If Toys R Us comes back, sign me up.
I wouldn't doubt it if all the toy companies came together and said, we need to open up because our sales are way down.
Night turkey necks, says the duo fine. Chicken necks.
Chicken necks. So yeah, that's
exciting. So get out there and show some love to some of our friends on fellow podcasts and videos. We've got the Duo Finds, a great video in which you were doing a little production on.
I have a little speaking guest there.
Right, they're fantastic. You can find them on YouTube. I believe you can find
YouTube,
them on iTunes.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Yep,
They're
Instagram.
very good with the social. They're way better at the social media than
Their
us.
Instagram is top notch, dude. I mean, outstanding. So it's one of those things.
Yeah, so go check them out at the Duo Finds.
You
Matt
can
and
check us
Shannon.
out. You can check out Justen vs. Justen on iTunes. You can check us out on iHeartRadio. I was mentioning I got an Alexa.
Yeah.
So I got it as a gift, and I said, Alexa, pull up the newest episode of Justen vs. Justen on iHeartRadio, and we were right there. Pulled us
Nice.
up. So I mean, I don't know how you think you've made it, but since Alexa.
Well, I can listen to myself on Alexa.
Yeah, I asked her to tell me a pirate joke, and then I asked her to show me our podcast.
Play
so.
me. I like to listen to my voice.
Play me doing an impression of Malkovich fuckface.
Can you program to Alexa to talk like John Malkovich?
No, you can't do that yet. So
That would be great.
no, but I had my old iPhone.
Alexa, can you
call
order me a
Commander.
pizza? I will not order you a pizza, fuckface.
You're fat enough, asshole. What? What a bitch.
Hit me right where it feels, Alexa, you bitch.
Yeah, and we're gonna need like 4 other pizzas and Claire.
Key and Peele.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to gauge the room.
Anybody want it?
I've never. There's a Key and Peele sketch. They always got the fat nerd, and he sits by himself in an empty room. And he's got his action figures out. He's ordering pizza, and he just keeps ordering them. And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. We should get another pie. Let me gauge the room. Logan, what do you want?"
Peter, Kal-El.
Bruce.
Bruce, yeah. Oh man, it's funny. It's so low quality too.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff around. It's like they threw this together, but it was really well written. You know.
How about you, Claire?
And the guy on the phone is falling in love with Claire. He's like, I like that name. I like Claire. I feel like we've got a connection. And he's doing like a Hispanic
Yeah.
accent or something, so it's like really weird. You know.
I was like, "Oh my God, Claire's been shot by."
I gotta call the police now. Bye. That's pretty funny.
So yeah, but check us out everywhere. Check us out every Tuesday, 9:30 Central Time, PM, live here. Facebook, I guess we'll keep the Facebook stream going.
Yep,
We'll keep the YouTube stream going. And if you do miss the show, you can catch us on YouTube later on.
back on YouTube. A great thing to listen to while you're at work. If you have a long drive, great to listen to, laugh. But what I really want is get in on the conversation. So if we're here on Tuesday nights, if you can make it on Tuesday nights, if not, if you can post something to the page, get something out there, because we are looking for some interaction from you guys. What do you like? What don't you like? I mean, it's great. It's great getting to have conversations. And I find when I listen to podcasts, I want to talk along, and I want to be like, oh, that movie was so bad. You know, let us know.
Yeah, and plus we got the Halloween Top 25 list that's going to be coming out right before Halloween. We definitely want you guys' input. So, yeah, send us a message. Send us, all sorts of stuff. You can DM us on Instagram. You can slide into our DMs.
Yep.
You can message us on Facebook.
You can catch me outside.
You can email us at justinversusjustin@gmail.com.
Yeah, we're on Gmail.
We are. We do have a Gmail. We don't use it much.
You can find me on Tinder and him on Grindr.
You son of a bitch! Told you, don't tell him.
It could be worse. I could have my nose bit off by a Saigon whore. You dirty son of a bitch!
I've never seen so many dead hookers in all my life.
God knows I have.
Oh, on that note, I'm Justin with an E.
I'm Justin with an I.
See you guys next week.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody! Wait, we gotta do like the normal news. Now we gotta fade out. We gotta talk to each other.
Fight to play.